gentlemen, this episode is brought to you by Entertainment Earth. Listen, they've got everything Game of Thrones, and hot off the truck, they've got House of the Dragon stuff too, okay? We're talking Funko Pops, we're talking dragon statues, we're talking castle models, we're talking, dude, I mean, everything and anything. So all you have to do is head to Entertainment Earth. It's ee.toys, not .com. We're in 2025, people. It's ee.toys/recap, RECAP, ee.toys/recap. And what you're going to do is you're going to be shopping with 10% off, okay? And if you forget and you just Google Entertainment Earth, you're going to use that promo code RECAP at checkout. 10% off, free shipping over orders that are $39 or more. Listen, man, I've got all of the House of the Dragon Funko Pops in the cart. I'm gonna use promo code. Oh yeah, I think I might be getting all of them. It's a bit of an issue here, but if we're gonna keep them as a sponsor and keep this bad boy rolling, you're gonna need to go to ee.toys/recap to afford, so we can afford this Funko addiction. Maybe I'll get Los a dragon or something for his son. But listen, Entertainment Earth is where you need to go. For 25 years, Entertainment Earth has been the premier online destination for the latest and greatest toys, the most exciting action figures, and the coolest gifts and collectibles and pop culture has to offer. From television, movies, sports, celebrities, comics, internet memes, and every fandom in between, they drop new products daily and curate their selection so you don't miss out. Whether you're looking for something stellar from a galaxy far, far away with Star Wars, or from the streets of Gotham City and DC Comics, or everything Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, they've got your back. Promo code RECAP at checkout. It's 10% off. The link's in the description down below. Back to the show. Thanks, guys.
Yo. Hi, yo. Welcome back to Recap and Record, the podcast that is focusing on the hottest recaps. We're focusing on Game of Thrones Season 1. I'm your host, Los, and I'm here with my co-host, you know what I mean, my boy, Levi McCurdy, aka Levi Sparks, man. You know what I mean? We're holding it down. Episode 4, bro.
Dude, it's
episode
here.
4.
It's you know what I mean? It's spice heavy. Listen.
This one was crazy. This one was great. Now, and you just said, you know, might not be your favorite, but you know what I mean? It definitely had some content in there that makes you like, what the hell? Like, it's just, my eyes was just like wide open the whole time.
And so I just need to apologize because I feel like this whole time up until this episode, I have come on this podcast and I just need to apologize to you as a co-host because I come on here and I act like I know everything. I'm putting out tweet predictions. I'm telling you one thing when it's the other. I'm telling you this and that.
Were you doing that on purpose or were you mistaken?
Some of it, but about 99.9% of it, I might have been mistaken a little bit. And so I might just jump ahead of myself. But then, of course, you know, it's fine. We're going to backtrack. We're going to regroup. And I'm going to re-level myself with you and where everyone else is watching. And I will no longer be trying to like, oh, well, this is what happens next. And this was just in the books. And this, this means that. And it's like, you know, because it's like, you know, I've been proven wrong a couple times now. And so I'm just going to take one step back. And I think we're gonna refocus, and then we're gonna come at it a lot better. You know what I mean?
Well, all right. So that's I you know, appreciate the apology, and I ain't gonna lie. Last episode, I mean, it was cool, it was solid. But that was in my head. That was like a critique of mine. I was thinking like, I don't know. He's telling stuff that like I don't know because we don't know where they're gonna go exactly with the show. I mean, what direction? Yeah. But then I got positive feedback about the show, and they said that was our best episode because of all the information. So I don't want you to go completely away from it. But
so
let's do some fact checking though, or let's do some rearranging real quick. So and we'll get into some of this in the episode, but so you said that, like, for example, we was talking about her husband's, like, whatever. And you said she's married twice. Yeah. And I said, well, I don't want to know the order. Don't tell me what order it is. And then you was like, well, you already know. And maybe you threw me off. I don't know, or maybe you was mixed up. But
that was like, one place where it was the reverse, I'm pretty sure I was wrong, and it is the reversal. So we're going to get one before the other.
Yes. So we seen in the preview, and we are jumping ahead a little bit, but in the preview, we know at least who her dad wants her to marry. You know what I'm saying? They say that in this episode.
Yep.
And that is supposed to be her first husband.
Correct.
And then the vile accusation, that's supposed to be husband number 2, and we don't even know, we can't even predict if that's gonna happen this season. We don't even know that,
right? So all right,
and because he might be sweet, but like he you know, he probably gonna do what his dad telling him to do, you know what I mean?
Right. All right, so we're gonna get there 1 minute. Let's take a roll back to Rhaenyra. She is now in year, I think, like 5 or 6, because in this episode we've gone another year forward. She is now in year 6 of attempting to find her own suitor, and we see her playing Tinder with her friends in the castle. And they're sending fucking the old dudes. They're sending the little boys. And I mean, they sent
well, the little boy that was like, oh, it was like, oh.
Yeah. Well,
but the old dudes, it was like nasty.
Right.
And she pointed boy out like, hey, you remember my people from way back?
Right.
It was like, it was real messy, but
it's very interesting, the ability to like just think that because of who they are and where they're from, like, hey, you should marry me. Like, don't worry about how old I am, what I look like, or what's going on anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
But this is my name, and this is why it should be me. Is kind of like very interesting and very, I think, why we get the outcome that we do, where, you know, she doesn't really pick anybody.
She doesn't pick any of those guys, and it was a bunch. I wish we'd have got more names. Like, I wish we'd have, like, you know, because it was a lot of guys. But we see young Blackwood. Yep. Right. I mean, little Blackwood, and you know, that's an ancient house that we don't see in Ice. You know, Song of Fire and Ice, whatever. And I don't even know who the guy that he killed. What was his name?
He
was it Craven or something? I heard the name Craven, but that might have been his first name or something like that.
It might have been, and I will double check that then. But yeah, dude, I mean, I thought, dude, don't fuck with me. That would have been me. If I was in Game of Thrones, I'm the like small little pussy white boy that's not gonna step to anyone. But like, if I'm fucking in line, I've been waiting in line for 6 fucking years, and I finally have my 30 seconds to pitch to this Rhaenyra bitch that I need to marry her to make my kingdom fucking the greatest. And he's over here talking shit the whole fucking time.
Like, why do you have to talk shit on a little kid?
Right.
Like, that's
right.
Like,
so I'm gonna pull my fucking sword out and I'm gonna rip your guts out of your body. Like, let's go, bro. I'm not playing around. I'm swiping right on Rhaenyra. You know?
I know. And I thought when I heard the grunt, I was like, oh damn, this little boy got killed. And then when I was like, all right, that's like poetic justice right there.
Right.
Where it's actually the other guy that got murdered, whatever.
Of course. Yeah.
So that was awesome.
It was perfect.
So,
perfect.
Yeah. So man, moving on. Let's talk about Lady Alicent, man. So she has so it looks like the relationship between her and Rhaenyra might not be fully mended
again,
but it's better.
It's better, yes.
Better than it was, whatever. You know what I mean? And actually, I don't know, maybe I'm skipping ahead. But when we see them talking, is that before or after Daemon comes back?
We see them talking multiple times.
Okay,
but I think it is after.
Okay.
I think it is after, because the underlining theme for them too is that they are now, after this episode, we now know they're both just political pawns, and they are learning the Game of Thrones. Like, this is how you have to play. This is who you need to sleep with. This is how you need to move this way. This is whose children you need to have in order to make these things happen. And like, that is just becoming very, very clear. And I do know this one for a fact, that Rhaenyra and Alicent's relationship becomes it does get a smidge better, but then I believe they do eventually become battering heads.
Well, they almost have to, because if the message is to get Aegon to rule, then obviously we're breaking up a family now. You know what I'm saying? So and it's crazy because I want to know with the women, at what point in this world does it change to where women feel like they have a little bit more power, right? Because Like, you know, you think about in regular Game of Thrones, you think about Cersei, you think about Daenerys and how strong she is. You even think about like when Sansa finally gets some, you know what I mean, like, and get some and even though Arya doesn't care about the throne or whatever, just like that power. Like, when do women in this world feel more autonomous, right? To where like they have a say, because Lady Alicent basically, I mean, she basically tells her, like, yeah, I'm just a baby. Like, I'm just here to make babies for real. You know what I mean? And then Rhaenyra expresses that, like, yeah, that's her mom. That's how she looked at her mom. Her mom just is out here to make babies. And like, she misses just being Lady Alicent, like, yeah, I mean, but now she's the queen. Everybody looks at her as the queen, and yeah, now she's just this political pawn. Like,
yeah, I think that's part of like, their, you know, they're like, I think that's just part of like their growing up process.
Okay,
because like, you know, the more, like, as we see, like, everything happens for them at a younger age. So like, things that happen for us at like 21 is happening for them at 15. So by the time they're 25, they've already like murdered 16 people. And so like they're at that maturity level where then now they're basically ruling the kingdom anyways. And so they have to just step up. And I think it just comes when they show that power of making their decisions. Like, you know, don't fuck with me or I'll kill you, like the way Cersei did, or the way, you know, we will continue to see, you know, Rhaenyra and Alicent do in the future. So I think it's very, you know, and we've seen that in this episode, and obviously some of the previews where, you know, we see, you know, Corlys's wife, queen that'll never be, you know, she's like, if Rhaenyra's fucking queen, dude, it doesn't matter who she's married to. Like, people are drawing knives and people are getting knocked out. Like, there's going to be war if she takes the Iron Throne, because she doesn't know, she's not ready to handle it yet, like she would have been if she would have been chosen over Viserys years ago.
Yes. So, and I didn't put this in the notes, but let's talk about real quick the homecoming, man. The homecoming of our boy.
Yes.
I mean, Dirty D. I mean, that's what we're gonna call him this whole episode. We gotta call him Dirty D.
Oh no.
Dirty D.
Oh,
yeah, I
no.
mean, nah, but like, no, because in the beginning of the episode, it's like, wow, it's like, yo, man, clap it up.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
He's the king of the narrow sea, whatever. And he does everything that he's supposed to. He bends the knee. He's gracious. Like, this is a 180, like, in terms of what we see from him. Like,
and so now, did you believe that?
No, okay. And that's what I was gonna get to. I was like, I feel like it was all political theater, but that motherfucker can sell. He's
drop it, add it to the throne. Drops the hammer. Gives him the crown.
Salesman, man.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I don't even want the narrow seas. King's Landing can have it now. You are now the king of narrow seas and all of everything else. You know what I mean?
He's like, well, who's holding it down? He was like, bro, it's a graveyard, bro.
Right.
Like what's
right.
Get that at your own convenience. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Like,
but you know what? Just for you, brother, here you go.
Here you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he bends the knee. Yes. But we don't believe that for 1 second, right? So he's obviously up to his own good.
And then he was oh my god, but just even in those scenes afterwards, where, you know, they in the courtyard,
right, they're having a little barbecue cookout, like
he's giving and it's fun, you know what I mean? Viserys and him are joking, like, he don't want to look at tapestry,
tradition.
Like, just real funny. But then Daemon's on some dirty shit, like he just giving them looks, man. He giving them looks that he is a little too strong for a uncle to give his niece. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
yes. Thank you, princess. And he reaches for the necklace, and he under the tree, and they're talking in their native tongue together, which is something that, like,
you know, that's when you try to hide some shit. You try to hide some shit. You talking. That's what, you know, Hispanic people do that all the time, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know I got family that they would definitely. Please. Code switch and get into their language. You know what I mean, around certain people. Yeah, you know, your woman. Your fiance. She probably goes to Asian nail place, and they get to talking.
Oh,
you know
no.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
she's actually really good friends with Knock and Vanny, her nail girls. But I know for a fact, like when we go to ones that aren't them and I'm with them, I know they're definitely talking shit. Oh, they're definitely talking shit. Oh yeah, the whole time. So I mean, yeah, man. And look, and we've questioned this. Like we've questioned it. We've seen some things. We already know some things since episode 1 when we see Daemon sitting on the throne and Rhaenyra sneaking into that room when no one else is supposed to be there. He gives her the necklace. Like that was questionable since episode 1.
Yes.
And so now this is kind of becoming, his obviously his motivation and his goals to get on the Iron Throne. He understands that his brother is dead. His brother's dying. His brother has fucking like patches all over his fucking. He's disgusting.
That was nasty, bro.
Nasty shit. Yeah,
lesions. This guy's got lesions.
Yeah,
everywhere.
and like Alicent has to like clean them and.
It's probably all pussy.
Right,
and like,
gross, disgusting. So like he knows he's not getting there, right? So next best thing.
Real quick, can I bust your balls real quick again?
Yeah.
Bro, his name is Daemon, not Damien.
Oh,
you say Damien.
Bro,
like that's
I'm terrible with names.
That's 2 different names. You know what I mean? Like
Damon.
Damian Woody, that's a football player. Damon Wayans is the comedian. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just fucking with you, but I'll be like, all right. I'll be like, all right, he gonna say what he say. Damon.
You know what I mean. All right.
Aemon, like Aemon Targaryen.
Got it.
Targaryen. But yeah,
Daemon
anyway,
Targaryen. I won't fuck it up again. Fuck you. So yeah, man. No, he. Then we get the scene with Rey. She gets a little map, and it's written in the language that they were speaking in the courtyard. And he's like, "Yo, you got to protect yourself. So put this hat on, this common cloak, like stuff she wouldn't have in her closet."
You getting to the night on the town? Huh?
Yeah. Sorry.
Right.
Am I jumping ahead?
We good.
Okay. Did you know? Did you remember the secret passageways from the Game of Thrones series? Because these are the first time.
It looked like the same passage that Ser Dantos took Sansa.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when they was getting out of there because like Joffrey got killed? You know what I mean?
Yep.
It looked similar to that.
Yeah.
Are we correct?
Yeah. No, though they're the same. They're the same like hidden corridors. It's like where where Cersei and her brother died, like underneath the city. Like it's all the same. It was all the same. The first king created the tunnel so he could essentially go anywhere and everywhere whenever he wanted.
Okay.
So and the secrets of them again are passed down via Targaryens. Like they're like some of the only ones who know of the secret passageways. And so we see the night on the town, and that just kind of includes a couple of events. So go run with that, man.
So man, yo, they're out there in the town, and I just whatever. I was down for the ride. I was down for it. I was like, wow, like oh my god, like yo, he's crazy. They're crazy. You know what I mean? They're going here. They're going there. They see a play. And that's one thing that they do on Game of Thrones. These they call them histories.
Yes, and so they
and they kind of it's like a parody. It's a satire on actual events.
What's currently happening? Yep.
Yeah. And she wasn't feeling it. You know what I mean? Because obviously they're critical and they're gonna say things that rub you the wrong way. But obviously the perception though in the town is that they're not really fucking with this idea. Even the regular people, they're not fucking with this idea of a woman being the queen.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hasn't happened before.
Like that's a joke. Like they look at them as a joke right now. And that's something that the Targaryens, they're gonna have to deal with. Right. But I think that's why Daemon is like trying to make some of the moves because he sees that. He's like, yeah, I mean, we're gonna restore this house, and he talks about that. But so they're going, man. They're drinking, they're whatever. And then they finally get to a location where then he decides to he takes off his cloak, he takes off her hat, and I'm like, what are we doing? Bro? Why are you exposing Shorty like that? Like, what are you doing? Like, man, and everybody, I don't know if you noticed, every time everybody they walk past, everybody was like just breaking their necks. Like they was turning, is that what is
right?
So we know that there's gonna be an accusation but we don't know how it's gonna play out. But I'm thinking like, well, yeah, damn, the whole fucking city done seen, or at least the freaks of the city, done seen it, whatever.
So the reasoning, so taking her through the Red Keep and through the brothel, is something that evolves and has evolved through their relationship, and it's something that he does to better sensitize her to the world of sex, because he knows she's still kind of this young little girl. She's probably still a virgin, I think we're to assume at this point. Until just 20 minutes. And then so like he's taking her there to desensitize her to essentially what he needs to do next in order to fulfill his plan. But the issue is that portion of his plan worked. And so when he did start coming on to her, she enjoyed it.
Yes.
And so she then thought that, okay, this is it. This is what needs to happen for me to succeed, for me to be queen, for me to continue. This is what ancestors have done before me.
She was down.
She's drinking a little bit. She was DTF. She went to the club. She sees all these other people around her doing the same thing. They've got their, you know what I mean? It's fine. And so, but that's the issue. That's the issue. He needs her to not be compliant in any fucking way for the entire thing to work. For the entire Game of Thrones to work, he needs her not to enjoy herself. And so when that happened, he lost control. And when Daemon loses, when
you was gonna do it.
When Daemon realizes he doesn't have control anymore, it's game over, and he pushes away and he leaves abruptly.
Yes, and that was the question. The question was like, yo, did they just like what? Because they was kissing really hard.
Right.
He done turned her around like he about to, take it. It looked like he was about to take it. And then it was quick. But I was confused. I was like, I don't know. I don't think he did, whatever.
No.
But like, obviously it was appalling. It was just still, it was like, oh my God, like what the fuck happened, whatever, right?
Right.
So he gets her all hot and bothered. You know what I mean? And this is the accusation that we hear about, whatever. He gets her hot and bothered. He leaves her there. She's even saying his name. Even when she left, I was like, oh, why are you saying his name? Like, shut up, girl. Like, you
you shout it from the rooftop, right? You get back to where you're supposed to be.
Run back home, whatever. And then obviously somebody's seen them, and obviously that gets there. We'll get there. But then she goes home, right? She makes it home. And I knew she was gonna.
Still a little wound up.
She's a little wound up. Yeah. She is on one right now. She's ready. She's hot and bothered.
Yeah.
And he got her all ready. Horny.
Yeah.
And then fucking she comes on to her to Ser Criston Cole, which is Kingsguard. You know what I mean? He is her protector.
Yep.
And he's sworn to chastity. Like he ain't really supposed to be smashing nothing. And I don't care. I'm not snitching. Right. But it was like, because I was like, yo, damn, did she get double dipped? Did she just get double dipped? Like I was like, that was the question. I was like, did she? And it was wild because this is her first time, and Shorty getting on top for the first time. I'm like, nah, this is wild. Like she did this before. Like she been around the block.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. I think some would argue that. I'm not sure what the books say about where she is in that point in her life. But I mean, hey, it's the Game of Thrones. I don't know. It was very interesting to see. Yeah. I think
did you feel for Criston at all? Did you feel like damn, like I felt like he was trapped, like he was looking like a victim. Like
I think that later becomes issues. I think them hooking up, I think becomes issues for the houses and some things that happen in the future. But I think man, I don't know. Like, what do you do in that situation? What do you do in that situation if you are protector of the queen, protector of the king, in whatever aspect that is, and she traps you in the room? I mean, you bent the knee, like you sworn to do anything for her. So, like, is that your move, or what do you do in that situation?
Yeah, she was doing all the flirting, like keeping the stuff away from him and playing all that playing. I'm like, all right, man. And then she wouldn't let him leave, and then he was kept it a buck. Like he was just trying to all right, yo, chill. She started taking off the armor. Right. And then she goes to town on boy. You know what I mean? But I was like, but still in my head, I'm thinking like, all right, okay, sure, you get your stuff off. I'm like, but you are supposed to be a virgin. Like you are supposed to be chaste, whatever, or chat, whatever. Right. And because if you marry whoever you marry, they're not gonna want some woman that ain't a virgin. Like that's just how it goes. And that's the thing. That's the difference between our world and their world in the sense of like that type of stuff. Like that stuff matters. Virginity matters. Your succession in the line, your family line matters. Like all that matters. And like common folk can do whatever, but it's like you're not common folk, girl. You can't be out here busting it wide open. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So and then the secret gets out, man. The secret's out.
Yeah, and so we learn that the secret gets out from two people. We know
same family.
Yeah, and
unless you're saying like the little boy snitching or
so. And we get her name. We nickname now Daemon's girlfriend the White Worm. They referenced her as the White Worm because she's
Masaria, or is there?
She's taking who was the like Buddhist, the bald guy in the main series. Varys, he was the whisperer, right? So he was always getting little shit around town.
Okay,
she's like him in House of the Dragon. So she's gonna be like, you know, she's got the little kid giving her secrets about Daemon and Rhaenyra in the hallway, and that's who saw it. And so then she went and told Otto, and then of course now here we are, right?
Yes.
So Otto thinks that this is it. This is his golden ticket. He's got the fucking key. He's gonna get Rhaenyra out of here, and the king's gonna wake up tomorrow morning. He's gonna announce Aegar II, and he's gonna get his grandson on the throne. And it's gonna be game over for their family, and they're gonna be great forever. And that plan backfires, right?
I think the plan backfires. Did it backfire because Alicent then like heard it, and then she tells Rhaenyra? Because when Rhaenyra, I think Viserys would have just been in denial had he just heard it from Hightower. Yeah. But then Alicent has, so the Hightowers, they just nosy, you know what I mean? They in the business. So, you know what I mean? When Rhaenyra when they have their conversation with Alicent, whatever. And you know, she's like, yo, shorty, I'm just trying to help you. Like, did you do whatever? And she's like, and technically, and we find out like later, like technically she didn't lie to Alicent. She technically did not lie. They didn't consummate. It didn't go as far as we think it did. Right. But it's still a bad look. And she's like, I'm just trying to help you. But then you know what? That it sparked something in Rhaenyra's head. And then does her father confront her, or does she go up to her father? I forget now.
So I will answer that in 1 second because I'm not sure, but just taking one step back. The reason that Alicent is so what's happening here is Rhaenyra is realizing why her ancestors before them married their cousins, their sisters, their brothers, the recession, the keeping everything in the family as much as possible, right? Yes. And Alicent is and the Hightower family. They are a part of the same like religious organization that the Lannisters have to go through, like the church that kind of like rules in the Game of Thrones series, you know, when like they're shunning her in the street and all that. Those same people, that's what Alicent believes in. So when Alicent is finding out here that it's possible that Rhaenyra is now sleeping with her uncle, she's kind of appalled because her family doesn't really believe in the whole sleeping with your relatives thing. So that's kind of where that relationship will then split off eventually. Okay. And I think the king goes to Rhaenyra, if my memory serves me correctly.
That might be right. Yeah, but Rhaenyra, she flips the script on her dad. Right. You know what I mean? Yep. And she like, wait up. So you saying, and like, cause you know she's playing dumb. You know what I mean, a little bit. Yep. And she's like, so you mean like somebody spying on me? Like your homeboy been spying on me the whole time? Like he's not real. And then it for whatever reason, like it finally clicks in Viserys' head, like, oh, wait up. He my man's, but like he been plotting on me this whole time.
Mm-hmm. Right.
My homeboy been plotting on me this whole time, like low key. Like he put his daughter in my bedroom. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Whatever. Right. And and it's like it's weird because you don't like, you know, especially like you are getting, it's weird that the whole inner family relationships are weird, but like when you invite these other people in, you are giving up your power. You are like dividing up the power in a way that is not in your self-interest. Like, it's not in your family's interest.
And I'd imagine Viserys probably thinks he made a grave mistake anyways, and now it's too late, right? He's got lesions all over his body. He's presumably has like 7 fingers left. He's got like maybe 8 toes. You know what I mean? So like he knows, like he's still in this like numb, like you see him constantly drinking the wine out of the cup. You know what I mean? And so even the sex scene with him and Alicent this episode was just kind of like not like the greatest thing in the world, and like, you know, her realizing her purpose here now. So I think now he's realizing he's made a mistake, and it's probably just too late, right? Because he's on his way out. His son is born. He finally has what he wants. So, you know, like maybe let's wrap up some loose ends, you know, with his best friend and his brother. But other than that, you know, it's kind of like there's not much left for him to do. Right?
Yep. So and before he talks to Hightower, we see a different. And now, granted, I mean, I think Daemon was probably kind of incapacitated. Like, he wasn't like at his best form. You know what I mean? Like, he was not in his best form. But like, we finally see an aggressive side to Viserys. You know what I mean? With perfect reason. Like, it's like, yo, I'm hearing this stuff.
Right.
Don't lie to me. Like, he already knew, though. That's the thing. It was like Viserys knew that, like, all right, man, he probably did do this. Like, it's probably not a lie.
And so Viserys realizes that 2 of his most trusted people have now betrayed him. So one of which being his brother. And when he confronts his brother, his brother lies to him when he says, you know, is this true? Did you do this? Did you sleep with Rhaenyra? And he says, yeah, sure, why not? And so just to A, create more chaos, and B, pretty much soften the blow of his next question, like, hey, maybe I should just marry her anyways.
I already saw, you know what I mean? I sullied her. That's what they use, that word, sullied, right? So yeah, I sullied her, so why not? And then I was like, yo, like, this is really gonna happen. And and he was like, you know, you could tell Viserys wasn't having it. Like, at least in that moment, he's like, nah, bro, like, come on, man. Like, so that makes me think then if they do get married, it has to, because this guy's gonna die soon. Like, it has to be after the dad dies, right?
I'd imagine so.
It has to be, right?
So
go ahead.
And of course, the second betrayal comes to light, and so we circle back to now this 6-year journey. The king, as we saw in episode 2 or 3, the king lets Rhaenyra choose her person, but her Tinder match updates are just slashing each other, and they're not really doing much of anything. So he's putting his fucking foot down because he doesn't have much time left. He needs to make some chess moves before he goes, or the kingdom's going to crumble. And so now he's like, look, you've had 6 years and you're not really doing much of but making out with my brother. And so we need you to marry this dude and restore the heritage bloodline and basically make things right again in the kingdom. And she says, okay, bet. I'll do that for you. But here's the other issue. 1, I slept with Christian Cole, and 2, I need you to fire Otto because it's just, I don't really like him anymore. And he's following me, and it's going to be an ish from here on out. And so the king bends his knee to her and fucking kicks homeboy out of the castle. You know what I mean?
His homeboy, and Otto's been a hand for multiple kings. So it's kind of like, he's a career politician essentially. You know what I'm saying? And so you're just wondering, like, what was it? Because time out. Before I go, I didn't know you could just get fired from that, because I thought he was gonna die. Like, I thought from the rip, I was like, oh, let's get down or lay down. It's you in for life. You know what I mean? And literally for your life.
Maybe.
Like, yeah. You know what I mean? And because he just kind of took the pen and was like, oh, the realm owes you a debt.
We also know the king's a pussy, and we've also seen him give Daemon like so many chances time and time again, right? It's like, and that's the thing. You gotta, there's a saying about like kind of like, cutting the snake off at the head, whatever, because you don't want it to,
I mean, because now Hightower is now he has
he's a free agent. He's just gonna run around,
yeah.
right? He's just gonna run around and create more fucking chaos with no
now.
right, with no
Revenge,
responsibilities.
and because his grandson is. I mean, like, yo, bro, my grandson is still it could be the heir. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna make sure whatever. I'm gonna tarnish your daughter. We gonna whatever we gotta do.
And with what is happening, I just don't understand why. Like you can. It seems like even in these times, you can just kill whoever you want with no consequences. So like, why would you not get rid of Otto Hightower immediately and permanently when he is like a direct threat to your succession and your family's claim to the Iron Throne? Like now he's just out there with nothing to lose. Like he's putting on the fucking vest and he's blowing him up in his own room. Like it's not going to end well, you know? So it's like, it's very interesting that move, keeping him now out of the game. Right.
Yes.
Very interesting.
And here's the thing. So, you know, he wants her to marry Rhaenyra, which is like a cousin. And, you know, that's like not that bad in terms of like the inner family thing that they do, whatever. That's like, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's like passable, right?
Yeah.
But remember, we know that Corlys is already kind of like setting the tone, which we didn't talk about this, whatever, but he's setting the tone and he's trying to arrange a marriage with his son to get married to somebody from the free cities. And they made it, and I don't know, do you know, have any insight why is that such a, like, obviously it's bad for the family, but like, why? Because they made it seem like they say, yo, we replaced the crab feeder with a sea snake, like, so obviously now Corlys is on one, like he's doing, we don't see him in this episode at all, he's not shown, but like he must be doing something where he's not really playing ball, and now, like I said, he's maybe dividing the power. Does it mean like giving power to the free, like, you know, marrying somebody from the free cities? What does that do? I wonder. Like, I don't know.
I'm not sure. Like, I do not know.
But I think that's what I'm saying. Like the king is assuming that everything's gonna, which, you know, again, we know some from the reading, like, you know what I mean, somehow it happens, but like I don't think it's gonna be that smooth. You know what I mean? I don't think it's just gonna be like, oh yeah, sure.
Well,
like,
and so this leads to just kind of the end scene, of course, with all the secrets out and all of the truth on the table, and now Daemon's been banished again for the second time. So who knows when we'll see him again. And now it's what, you know, Rhaenyra she's fucking up this recession line, so she's got to drink some Plan B tea.
Plan BT, baby.
Man, listen. I don't know if you knew, but abortion's illegal in like 12 states in this country, but not in Westeros. You know what I mean? It's like, where are we at in 2022 where they weren't in like 10 BC? So like it's just, it's the most it has a technical name. I found it on like the Game of Thrones wiki page. It's just a play on that A word. But I mean, so it's here's my hot take. You ready?
Okay.
I don't think she drank it. And I think she's pregnant with Cole's baby. I think I think we might see her pregnant within the next 1 to 2 episodes. And I think there's rumors in the Twitter sphere that it might be Cole's baby and not the man she marries.
Well, and you know what? That would support your take, and maybe, like I said, the lore of the pillow biter. You know what I'm saying? Like of Rhaenyra being a pillow, because maybe like they get together and he's not even interested. He's like, I don't know, shorty. And then they kind of, but the thing is, if this baby ain't black, like it, like, baby don't come out black, like, or a little something, we gonna know. Yeah, I mean, so that's a good hot take. I like that.
And I think there's one other.
Oh, did you know in the reading, because you said, you know, because you're doing reading stuff like that. So apparently Daemon's second, because whatever, his first wife is whoever, but his second wife is Lena Valerian. Isn't Lena the little girl? Or, I mean, that Viserys was supposed to marry? That's what it said. It said Lena Valerian. I said, what? And shorty, you know what I mean?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
It's all fucking confused, dude. I think
maybe they're playing with us. Maybe people are updating these wikis and we're wrong.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that's the case because I think they are following mostly the books and just changing minor details. But the names we're fucking 4 episodes into this podcast and I just got the man's name right. Like I you know what I mean? I'm surprised. Like it's just I think episode 1 I had the name of the show House of Dragons. Like and that's not even the name of the show. And it's it's like, you know, whatever. But like hey, you caught it, you said it. He said the thing in the episode, Daemon said it. He said it, House of the Dragon. So that's like twice now, I think, in the series. Yes, we're just counting. Yes. But yeah, dude, I mean, I'm better with faces and visuals. So as soon as I see them get married, I'll know exactly who they're married to and who they're supposed to be and where they fucking come from. But it's just that the names are so similar sometimes, and it's like
and they do it. I think they do it on purpose a little bit, but they are very Rhaenyra, Rhaegar,
exactly right.
Rhaegal was a dragon.
Would have called that all the same person. I would have thought that was one person in the show. So man, listen. Do you think she drank? They didn't show her drinking it. My memory's correct, right?
We don't see it. Just basically he's like, yo, shorty, this is playing BT, yo, like you gotta drink this, like he said something clever. I like when they use their language to say something simple and it's like, oh shit, that was some bars, whatever. I mean, like, and another bar was when Viserys, when he basically told, because she's like, yo, it ain't the truth, and he's like, it don't matter what the truth is, it's all about the perception, like it's all about that's what all this shit is. Like, girl, you stupid. Like being outside, you know what I mean, showing your silver hair out there. Like, ain't nobody else got silver hair but us. Like,
who could that be? Who could that be walking down the street? Right?
Yeah, nobody else looks like us. Like,
right. So, yeah. No, man, it's very interesting. So I think we'll all be on baby bump watch for next episode, and I think next.
Do we get the new actress? Do we get Emma Darcy?
I think it might be. It's either next week or the week after.
So we might be getting an older Rhaenyra.
It looked like Alicent was still herself in the preview for next week. Okay. I think they still showed Rhaenyra standing up as the young actor at the wedding announcement or whatever we see in that.
And what was that? Yo, it looked like
people
the Lannisters
was the shit out of each other. Yeah.
Was he getting killed? Like, it looked like somebody's eyes was getting gouged out. It was crazy. The preview looks wild. Like I said, and it makes it seem like maybe it did come to fruition.
So
it's just sometimes the previews aren't what they seem though. So I know. I mean, they're good at that.
And we see but do you think so? We see a part in the preview where right before Otto Hightower yells at Alicent and says, "Get your son ready to be the king," or whatever he says. Right before that, we see a shot of Alicent looking out, and we see the king's carriage, and we see like something fall, and then everyone rush, and we're maybe assuming that might have been the king, and like he might be dying.
Well, yeah, because there was a statement like in there. It's like the king is gonna die,
right?
Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, like he looks like maybe he's falling apart, bro. He's out of here in like the next 2 episodes. I guarantee you. Like,
yeah,
that's my take. I guess I say he dies. He died. Let's say my hot take. He dies next episode. That's
so we do.
It may be that, but
so we do know, and I'm looking here on the Wikipedia. There is 10 episodes in total. So we have 6 more.
We got 6 more. Yep. Yeah, he dies halfway through. I say he dies halfway through.
Okay.
Because then once the older actress is here, I can't see her dad still being alive for that. Like,
it's a 10-year time jump, so
no, he don't. No, hell no.
You don't think he's making 10 more with all that shit?
No, bro, he's like, yo,
maybe 5. Yeah,
it's nasty, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. So
he look like a White Walker now. Like, I mean,
he's almost getting there. I mean,
Viserys White Walker.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Listen, man, I think that's it. Any other takes for this episode? Anything else you can think of that we didn't discuss?
Well, I just say, man, like, you know, like I said, this show so far, it's giving us a little bit of everything, man. We're getting boobs, we're getting dragons, we're definitely getting drama. right? That's what Levi wants.
Yep.
And I ain't gonna lie, like after episode 3, I was just like, yo, I don't know where this, like it felt like, because I guess because it was like a chapter was finished, like they defeated the enemy, and it was like, well, where's it go now, like whatever. And they do a good job of like I said, just kind of propelling the action and kind of getting us to the next level. And now I'm like, oh my god, like this next chapter, like what is, like I know it's, I kind of, we see what's ahead, but it's like, oh my god, like it's crazy. And like, yeah, it's about to be a civil war, man. It's about to be a civil war.
Yeah. The Dance of the Dragons is coming. So hopefully we'll see that. Hopefully, I'm hoping if it's like episode 8 or 9. They have the episode titles here. Nothing really gives anything. Like there's not an episode titled the Dance of the Dragons. So who knows when that will be coming. But yeah, hopefully it's like, penultimate, like not the entire way to the end. They make us wait for like the most exciting, like fucking dragon scene ever. And speaking of which, you mentioned, actually, let's bring this up quick. You mentioned, I think either your own opinion or someone else, that like the dragons didn't look as great in this show versus like the Game of Thrones shit.
Okay,
And I did see someone else in one of the YouTubers I watched, they talked about like the CGI not being great. Did you catch the King's green screen glove in last week's episode?
In last week, no, and then but I was looking for some shit this episode. I was like, look, I was paying so much attention to the hands. I was like, what the when they gonna slip up?
Yep.
Was that real? Is that real?
That happens all the time. Yeah. Yep. So the someone just screenshotted it. So that screenshot that we posted on the Twitter at recap_pod is that was real. It was from the scene. Now, if you go back on HBO Max, the file obviously has been updated with the removal of said fingers in that scene, much like the coffee cup from Game of Thrones season 8. But it's very interesting how you even just watching it, you don't see like anything that happened at all. Like, wait, how did I miss that? Like it was clearly like a bright green blob in the middle of like the screen that I'm staring at for an hour. So it's very, very little mistake / Easter egg. So
Yep.
all right, man. Well, listen, until next week's title, episode 5 is We Light the Way. And that's coming out next Sunday, 9 o'clock.
All right, man. I'm going to be ready for that, man. I'm going to be ready for that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 4 of Recap and Record, the podcast. My name's Levi McCurdy, host of What Are We Doing? And this is my buddy Los, host of the 280 Plus podcast. Say goodbye to the people. Peace out.
All right, man. I'll see y'all, man, next week. Episode 5. Let's run it up, y'all. And follow us on Instagram now.
Instagram.
Yeah, we're about to build that up real soon.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But yeah, follow us on Instagram. We're gonna put the description and everything like that in the bio and in the description. So check us out though.
Hell yeah. Instagram, Recap and Record on Instagram, at recap_pod on Twitter, everywhere else. Spotify, the podcast is out everywhere now. Spotify, Apple, anywhere you listen, good pods, everything like that. So check it out, subscribe, 5 stars, rate it, do what you need to do, run up the YouTube channel, subscribe to that as well. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace.